So there are a number of challenges within the manufacturing industry right now, but the ones that come up in conversation time and again are really recruitment and retention, I think. So if we think about the skills gap that's been created as a result of Industry 4.0, but also sort of the general fast-paced development of technology, all of which has been sped up by the pandemic. We hear about the war for talent all the time, but what does that mean in manufacturing in particular? So companies are looking to bring future technologies into their manufacturing lines, like robotic process automation and AI. But this means that they need a workforce that's geared up for that next generation. So employers are faced with the choice over if and how they upskill their existing workforce, or if they go back out to market and recruit for new roles. And then on top of that, we've got what everyone is terming the Great Resignation. So everyone has spent the past 18 months throughout the pandemic in some level of turmoil. And typically when you come out of a stressful situation, you tend to become reflective, and that's what we're seeing right now. So not just in manufacturing industry, I think in business in particular, employees have had an opportunity to reassess their priorities and reflect on what's working for them in their role and maybe what isn't. Some employees have maybe stuck in a role for the past 18 months that they knew they weren't happy in, but were too scared to transition during such a risky time. So now they are looking for their next role and where they're going as they come out of the pandemic. Some employees maybe didn't think their employers responded well to the pandemic, and as such are now looking to move on. And maybe employees spent more time at home with their families and are seeing the benefits of more work-life balance, but their employers calling them back to the office. So again, they're maybe looking to get back into that job market. And for manufacturers in particular, and if we go back to sort of the skills gap, this is a real opportunity, I think, for the manufacturing industry to scoop up some of that talent that's now coming into the marketplace. It's a challenge because potentially they're losing talent that they've had for a long time, but it's also that opportunity to rejuvenate from that talent pool. I think employee experience is really key. So manufacturers are having to think about what their employer value proposition looks like, so that they are best placed to win that talent into their business and start to bridge that skills gap. So manufacturers really do have a lot to think about. I think this is a great question because there are so many areas in which technology is positively impacting manufacturing. So if we go back to thinking about the war for talent, for example, how do manufacturers make sure that they're equipped to win that war, and how do they attract the next generation workforce? So right now we're seeing Gen Z entering the workplace, as well as the rise of the millennial manager or leader. And these are generations which have grown up with technology. They've seen it adapt and evolve throughout the course of their lives. They're born digital consumers, and they expect technology to be an enabler and to support them in driving value. So by investing in future HR technologies, manufacturers are appealing to those generations. And that in turn is helping the manufacturing industry to bridge that skills gap. We also see technology playing its part in increased profitability through things like automation of repetitive tasks to utilisation of things like advanced scheduling systems, which enable employers to optimise their workforce based on labour demand. As a result of that, we see things like reduced labour wastage and increased payroll accuracy through single software solutions like Dayforce. So HR and payroll technology continues to positively impact the manufacturing industry. So HR and payroll technology is increasingly being designed with the employee experience in mind. Employee experience is all that everyone is talking about right now. So first of all, if we think about attracting and retaining talent, it's not just salaries that people are interested in anymore, it's benefits, it's lifestyle, it's flexibility. There's an increasing focus on financial well-being, and employers are looking to better support their employees through the introduction of things like on-demand pay, which allows employees to draw down on their salary at any point through the pay cycle without having to wait for payday. So employers are taking care of their employees' financial health as well as their physical health and mental health. If we think about more flexibility and work-life balance, so technology like Dayforce allows employers to offer up available shifts to employees via a mobile app, for example, and employees can decide to pick up those shifts if they fit around their personal schedule. So essentially we are giving employees better work-life balance through technology and giving them a choice, which I think is what a lot of employees are now expecting and asking for. Even the way that manufacturers communicate with their teams is being shaped by HR technology. So in manufacturing in particular, a large proportion of the workforce are non-business email users. So manufacturers are really starting to realise the value of having the ability to communicate messages to employees using the same methods through which they access their payslip or book their time off, because employees are naturally engaging with these applications. So pushing messages and communications to them is sort of the fairly natural next step. And it allows those employees to continue to feel connected to the business when actually they might not have access to things like an intranet or access to sort of all of the company's typical platforms. It's a great way for employers to continue to communicate with their teams. And I think as the manufacturing industry increasingly embraces technology and the world of work continually evolves, it's really exciting to see where HR and payroll technology continues to evolve and grow and where this takes us. So I guess let's start with some of the things that people are now considering to be the basics. So accurate real-time data insights, predictive analytics, automation, systems that help to ensure compliance. I think essentially our customers are looking for technology that helps them to be more strategic. So technology that takes away the noise of repetitive transactions, but also provides them with clean data that supports them in making more sound, strategic decisions that help drive value for their organisation. And I think the key message is that employee experience is really key in attracting and retaining top talent. So having technology and technology solutions in place which help to shape and drive that employee experience are what we're regularly now talking to our clients about.